Okay, hello. Sorry if that was a weird staccato burst of pain. I don't know why Twitch does that, but it does. So, hi, I'm Jeremy Parrish, and this is a live stream of the NES Classic Edition, or the Mini NES, if you don't want to call it Nintendo's official designation. So, a review unit of this just arrived in the mail. I haven't played anything on this yet. I just plugged it in and started streaming, and you get to experience the joys with me. So, hopefully my audio is coming through okay. Alright, so I see people hear me. That's good. I'm streaming this at 720p because this system does not do 1080p. It's limited to low-res high definition, if that makes any sense. So let's go through the options here on the main menu. Let's start with legal notices because that's exciting. No, let's not do that. Manuals. Okay, so you can't actually read the manuals on this system. You have to scan a QR code. And according to the insert that came with this review unit, those will not actually be online until the device launches next Friday. So you can scan this QR code and you'll get a 404. So don't do it unless you want to break your computer. But the other stuff hopefully will be a little easier. Language. So clearly this is just for America and Europe, not for Japan. You can't play in Japanese because that would just be crazy. I guess this is pretty much the same device being released in the US and Europe. There's no differentiation between PAL and NTSC anymore, and I think the US and European versions have the same games, so I suppose it makes sense that they would just have one device with all those languages. But something that does strike me as being kind of weird is that if you let this title screen, the menu screen, run idle for like a minute or two, you start getting little random animations, and the animation that you see first is basically a widescreen recreation of the BIOS, the built-in operating system, animations for the Famicom Disk System, which was only released in Japan. So it's kind of weird that this is like for America and Europe, but they still have this little bit of nostalgia for the Japanese audience built into this. Of course, Japan is getting the Famicom Mini in, I guess at the same time as the NES Mini arrives in the West, but I don't know, it's just kind of weird that will have a different set of games on it, different language, different hardware configuration, but we still get like a Japan-only nostalgia theme. So anyway, while I fart around here, you guys can, oh, there we go, here's the animation. You guys can give me a shout in the chat and see if there's anything specifically you want to play, or want me to play, I suppose. I see some people complaining that the video looks washed out. The stream looks okay to me. I'm watching it as I sit here and talk, and the colors look about the same as what I'm seeing on the screen, maybe just a little too bright. But what I'm seeing actually on my TV is kind of bright. When you go to the menus, it's like they adjusted the brightness of the game boxes a little too much. So hopefully the games themselves will not suffer for that. But anyway, okay, let's jump out of there, go to options. So you can have the demos on, auto shutdown on, screen burn-in reduction on. I guess that's like a screensaver or something. And then you can hit reset and go to factory settings. That doesn't affect anything right now, but I suppose once you start getting restore points, that's bad, because then you'll lose all your progress. There is a suspend point list. Oh look, you can have 4 per game, and it's really easy to just pull them up and jump into them. It's a pretty good interface. It's really super simple, but it's only 30 games, and they're all just right here, and the things you need, which is basically the save files, pop right up. So yeah, I like the way this works. It's much faster and cleaner than like Virtual Console on Wii or 3DS. So good job there. All right, so here are the visual display options. It looks like there is no stretched mode, and that's good because stretch mode is bad. You can do the square pixels here if you want it to look like an emulator, but games are actually designed to look like this, the 4:3 mode. The only problem with 4:3 mode is that when you have these hard pixels on an HD screen, sometimes you get this kind of weird shimmering effect if you don't use an even integer of actual square pixels. So it might be better to play with Pixel Perfect, but we'll see what happens. And then there's a CRT filter, which makes everything look ugly. The system is only HDMI out. You can't play with like composite video or RF. God knows why you'd want to do that. But I have seen people complain, like, this is not an authentic NES experience. I can't play with crappy TV quality. Well, there is the CRT filter, so let's see how awful this is. All right, let's see. I'm going to start at the top of the chat and see who wants me to play what. First request is Mario 2. So let's go over to Mario 2. Oh, it's Super Mario 2, so I should have gone the other direction. All right, let's experience some Mario madness. Ooh, that is a butt ugly CRT filter. My God. Apparently this is a filter for a really terrible TV. Wow, they've even got like some shimmering in there. You don't really see that in CRT filters usually. Like everything is soft and there's scan lines and it kind of shimmers and warbles a little bit. So that's gross. But I guess, you know, it's kind of authentic. Man, no, I don't think I can do this. It hurts me. How the hell do I get out of here, though? Not like that. What happens if I press all the buttons? Nope, that doesn't work either. I might have to press the reset button on the front of the system. Or maybe I'm just stuck forever in bad CRT emulation hell. Ah! At least the bad guys are suffering. Oh, like I am. I'm going to blame that on display lag. It's probably a lie, but I'm going to blame it on display lag. If anything, this election cycle has taught us that honesty is overrated. God, why am I playing as Mario? You can tell this is just a whole gigantic screw-up. Like, why would you ever play as Mario in Super Mario Bros. 2? There's such better characters to play as, more interesting people to play as. And this is the good version, where Toad doesn't shriek like a ninny every time you do something. Oh, sure, give me the heart now. Oh, wow, I caught the radish. That's technique. That's style, folks. That's the kind of special play value you don't get from just any live stream of Super Mario Bros. 2. Also, that's me picking up a bomb. And I did not realize that turtle shells are invincible. Oh! Bombs. Alright, so... Oh, wait. Oh, did I lose the heart? God dang it, I lost the heart and the star. What am I doing? This CRT filter. I'm blaming it all on the CRT filter. It's terrible. So I don't think there's a way to jump out of this game without hitting reset. So I'm going to hit reset, and I really hope that doesn't do like a hard reset of the system that causes the stream to drop out. If it does, then I will restart as quickly as possible. And I apologize in advance. Here we go. Oh, good. Okay. Oh, look, there's a little restore point in case I want to experience Super Mario Bros. 2 and its CRT filter awfulness. Alright, let's try to 4 to 3 and see how that works. Wow, nice. So hitting reset actually... this is very Nintendo-ish. Alright, so... Oh, and you can lock these to prevent your little sibling from deleting them by mistake? This is some quality stuff. Okay, I'm impressed by the interface on this. It's nice. Let's jump back in and see what happens when I play. Oh, that's much better. Okay. Thank God the CRT filter is gone. And yeah, I'm definitely seeing a little bit of distortion as I run and scroll, but it's not too bad. Like, Compared to the analog NT's HDMI version or the AVS system, the retro USB AVS, 4:3 mode doesn't actually look too bad. It's tricky to do, so Nintendo's nerds, that's Nintendo Europe Research and Development, lived up to their names. Well done, nerds. You triumph again. Okay, so this is Mario 2. You guys know this game, you love this game. Or maybe you hate it, maybe you're one of those people, I don't know. But I'm going to kind of look to the side now, glance askance, and see what questions there are in the chat. Plug in a Wii Classic controller and see what happens. I would do that, but I don't know where my Wii Classic controller is just off the top of my head. I think it's actually on the 3rd floor of my home, and I am on the 1st. And that's a long walk, and also I will come back winded. You don't want that. That does not make for a good stream. But I promise to check on that before I post my review of this. And now that I'm up here looking at these clouds, I can definitely see some kind of gross visual distortion and pixels because of the 4:3 mode. So I may end up going with Pixel Perfect mode after all. But first, let's blow up Birdo, because that is what Mario 2 is all about. That and silly glitches. Oops. Oh, let's get out. Okay, there we go. Nothing. Nothing again. There's a rhythm to this, but I can never remember what it is. And that's not it. Alright, so that is World 1-1 of Super Mario Bros. 2. Let's jump out and change the display to Pixel Perfect mode. See if that helps. Right. There, okay. Oh, now Mario looks kind of weird. Oops, I did the wrong thing, and I traveled back in time rather than overwriting my save. That's unfortunate. So, the game looks proportionately better in 4:3 mode, but the actual graphics, like the pixels, look better in Pixel Perfect mode. So there's a conundrum. Really, the only proper way to play NES is CRT with an expensive RGB mod. So please, go spend $500 instead of picking up this inexpensive $60 device. That's true hardcore gaming. Anyway, I think once I get through here again, because who doesn't love to fight Birdo again, I'm going to switch to a different game. But I do like the little shortcuts in this game. Felt like an exploratory Mario, which is good. Exploration in games is good. Oh, what? That was unacceptable. No! What's wrong with me? Oh, right, I'm playing as Mario and he's terrible. And still no one-ups? What the hell? Nothing. Okay. So let's look at the whatchamacallit, that thing, the chat, the stream chat. Yes, here we go. All right. What is a request in here? Fancy Jeremy with 3 floors on his home. Yes, that's called a townhome. Each floor is tiny, and it just keeps going up. Nerd power. Saved. Plug in a nunchuck. I don't have a nunchuck handy. Man, did no one request any games? Come on now. Alright. Okay, there we go, balloon fight. Let's reset for balloon fight. There we go. This ended up in... we did a survey among the staff recently of the best games on this platform. Like, we ranked all 30 games, and for some reason this came in, like, next to last. That's just not acceptable. This game is great. I don't know what my coworkers were smoking, but I do not approve. But, you know, each to their own. I mean, yes, this is just a Joust ripoff, but it's such a fun Joust ripoff. Look at the little animations on the guy. Like, his little hand waving is much more fluidly animated than you would expect from a game of this vintage. Guess I need to go kill that guy. And if I had a second controller, which I don't, I could play 2-player. I'd also need a second person, which I don't have right now. So basically, this game is a solo experience for me. That about wraps it up for that guy. Whoa! No, the fish got me, and it was my own fault. Hoist by my own petard, as it were. God dang it! Balloon Man, you need to do better. Yeah, like that. See, that's better. Now I have to get that blue guy, and he's annoying. Nice. Alright. So, oh, this is like the music note level in Mylon Seeker Castle, except that game came later and also was crappy, so it's a ripoff of Balloon Fight, which is a ripoff of Joust. So there's just layers of thievery here. That is the essence of the 8-bit era. Oh, there we go. Gotta get the rhythm. Go, 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 go! Well, I lost a few. It's very unfortunate. Bjorn the Smexy asks, didn't Satoru Iwata program the entire game? Oh! No, he did not program the entire game. The game was in development, and he came in and helped out with it. I think they were having some trouble. I can never remember the full story here, but basically he was not the sole programmer, but definitely lent his assistance because he is awesome. The Pachter doesn't like him. Oh, goodbye. Goodbye, Balloon Fight, man. Anyway, so yeah, Satoru Iwata came up with some of the algorithms or something for... oh, that was quick. For Balloon Fight. And also, apparently, according to Yoshio Sakamoto, the director of this game, in a very recent interview, like that was posted this week, I think, he came up with this mode, the balloon trip mode. The idea for that, the idea for that emerged, and Sakamoto did the animation for it, and Iwata programmed it in like 3 days. So this was like a last-minute idea that they added to the game, and it's so good. It's such a good mode. I mean, it's challenging and difficult, but it has great music, and it adds something to the game besides just, you know, like a typical arcade score attack. And I'm terrible at it. We're gonna try it one more, yeah, because if nothing else, the music is great. I'm sure everyone heard the remix of Balloon Trip that Hip Tanaka posted on his website on SoundCloud in tribute to Satoru Iwata. It was just a great little piece of music, very kind of a simple but touching tribute. Anyway, so this game, I guess it doesn't really get its due these days, but it's a great little piece of Nintendo history. It has a lot of sentimental value for sort of the higher-ups of the company, the people who have been there for a long time. And it wasn't revolutionary like Super Mario Brothers was, because, you know, it's a Joust ripoff. Totally stole an Atari game, but that doesn't make it any less good. Curse you, electricity. Well, I made it to rank 31. I guess that's something. Alright, so let's jump to another game. The N0 says, I'm guessing the cables on the controller are really short. Yes, I would guess that this is probably maybe like 2.5 feet long, if that. It's a tiny cable. It's not the length of the original NES cable. Fortunately, this thing is so tiny that it doesn't really matter. Oh, someone wants me to play Star Tropics. That's not a fun game for a stream, you know? That's like, hey, Mikey, I'm gonna chat at you for a while, and then you're gonna play clunky Zelda clone with bad jumping. But whatever, it's Star Tropics. Here you go. You get to enjoy it. Or suffer. Okay, so someone said the controller cable is 30 inches, which is 2.5 feet, so my estimate was bang on. Register my name. Alrighty. No's journey is about to begin. So this game, of course, well, not of course. Why am I saying of course? Most of you are not big stupid nerds like me and don't make a habit of memorizing details about NES games. This game was directed, produced by Genyo Takeda, who is another guy who has been at Nintendo forever and ever. And Takeda had a tendency to create things that seemed really well suited to the American audience for whatever reason. He was the guy behind Punch-Out! And he was the guy behind this and its sequel. And sure, whatever, dude. And this game has never been released in Japan. But it does have a pig with a butthole, so you take what you can get, I guess. I don't think the pig is gonna be happy about that. Friendly village. So I guess your father or uncle or whatever, Dr. Jones, the archaeologist, that's supposed to be like Indiana Jones. And then you're Mikey Jones, a kid with a boomerang, or a yo-yo. So I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be like Mikey from the Goonies. I'm pretty sure that when they created this game, Nintendo was like, what do American kids like? Indiana Jones and the Goonies. And there you go. That's what we got. Two great tastes that taste kind of mediocre together. 1990. Good lord, she's probably in her 40s now. 50s even. My god. Time gets away from us. Wow, that's a kind of one-sided creepiness thing. I feel like we are old friends because I heard about you once. Oh, look at that. Full body animations. Whoa, this is just like Ninja Gaiden, except without a cool ninja to play as. No. Sorry, I can't help. I guess I don't really get a choice here. That looks remarkably like a yo-yo. But I guess the word star is not trademark protected. Bean Breath asks, can I try out the QR code instruction manual feature? The answer is no, because according to the information that was packed with this review unit, the QR code sites will not be active until this device launches. So there's nothing to look at. Sorry, QR codes will not work. They will destroy your computer. Whoa, that's a woman. How about that? I guess you can tell by the shock of purple hair. Kind of looks like Yzma from, what do you call it? Emperor's New Groove. Hey, now everything's big. And Mikey controls poorly. Go, poorly controlling Mikey. Stiffly and awkwardly waddle your way toward victory. I've acquired a star, which uses, it looks like the same graphic from Punch-Out. So Takeda was just like, yeah, let's just recycle some assets. But I gotta say, Punch-Out plays a lot more fluidly than this thing. I don't feel like there's any input lag with this NES Mini, though. I could be mistaken. It's kind of hard to tell with this game because it's so awkward. But so far, so good. Oh, Mikey! You fool! Well, let's start over. I remember renting this game a very long time ago and finishing it, and I remember thinking that I was only able to beat it because I was just going on sheer momentum and inertia. I feel like, I can't remember exactly what it is. I think it's the sub-weapons. Like, you have really important sub-weapons that you need to collect, and if you die, you lose them all. And I had hoarded like 99 of the most powerful sub-weapons, so if I had died, I would have lost all of those and never would have had a chance of beating the game. So that's the secret of this game. Don't die. And I'm pretty sure these mice appear in the kind of the opening area of A Link to the Past. The underground shrine that you're leading Zelda through. But that game is much better. It would be interesting, though, if Nintendo drew inspiration for its best Zelda game from its worst Zelda clone. Probably not, though. I mean, rats are just pretty common enemies. Actually, aren't there Octoroks in this game? I think there are. Please come to me and die. Thank you. Okay, so have we seen enough Star Tropics? I kind of feel like we have. I don't know. Let's see if I can beat the first dungeon. There's like a giant octopus that I have to destroy. I believe people in the stream chat are complaining about the music in this game, which I can't really hear because I have my TV turned way down. I can just barely hear sound effects because I don't want, distortion and feedback. But it does seem to be pretty terrible. I don't remember this game having good music. Oh, Mikey! Gotta get your act together, buddy. Oh, good. It's the low health chime. Because nothing makes almost dying more enjoyable than being irritated about it. Well, this is probably the end of my session. Yeah! Oh, goodbye, Mikey. You suck and I don't like you. So, let's jump back to the menu. Tecmo Bowl. Oh, no. Oh, good. Someone requested Super C. Yeah, Super C is a good game. I can't really do football. I just, sports and me, we don't go together well. Someone said, do I plan on buying and reviewing the Famicom Mini? Well, I definitely plan on reviewing it. That's why I'm playing it right now. It's not just for your entertainment, but for my edification. But yes, actually, I do plan to buy NES Minis. I mean, I have this one right here that I can play whenever I want. I don't think I have to like return it to Nintendo or anything. But I do plan to buy a few and give them as Christmas gifts. I have a couple of units on pre-order already. One from, I think, Target and one from Toys R Us. I don't know, I've been watching really closely for them to go on pre-order because it seems like such a good kind of thing to get old people as Christmas gifts. I warn you in advance, I suck hard at this game, and I do not use the cheat code. So it's going to be a short adventure. But hey, look, there's that authentic scrolling line defect. Yeah! Oh, didn't even make it to the end of the first level. Pathetic. And I do love me some Konami NES style. The music, the graphics, like everyone just had, I don't know, everything has this kind of unique look. It just said Konami. Back then, Konami meant great video games as opposed to, hey, let's make the secret best, or the sentimental best scenes from Snake Eater into pachinko games. Remember that time? Good times. Oh, what? What? I thought I was going to be safe for that. Clearly I was wrong. So this is going to be a short playthrough of Super C. Alright, well, there you go. Super C. That's the game. Hope you enjoyed it. The speed run. Alright, we'll cheat. Alright, here we go. Oh, I got the secret code wrong. I suck. Why can't the original Contra beat this thing? The original Contra. I know that one. I don't know if I ever actually beat Super C. Why isn't Life Force out here? That game is so good. Yes, like everyone, most of my thoughts about the NES Mini are complaints, because we're all thankless jerks. But I mean, so far I'm really impressed with this thing. Yeah, suck that, buddy. The video quality seems good. From what I can hear, the audio quality is pretty spot on. It has a good interface, it has a good selection of games, it's pretty inexpensive, considering. I mean, yeah, it's not the AVS, but that costs like $200 when you factor in shipping. This is a third of the price, and has a lot of really good games on it. You don't have to bring your own beer. Output quality is high. Build quality seems good. The controller is perfect. I mean, it is a true NES controller, and it's awesome. You know, I didn't used to like the fire gun, but I think I do like it. I just have to remember to duck. Whose idea was this? I guess everyone has different expectations and needs from their vintage recreation consoles. But you know, I just reviewed one of those AT Games Sega Genesis things. Oh, I was just asking for trouble. Oh, God. Alright, so maybe Super C is not the best idea. Let's try a different game. Oh, people want Punch-Out. Sports games, I'm telling you, you don't want to see me play a sports game. Especially not Punch-Out. It's been so long since I've really played this game. I know nothing. But I'll do it. What the hell. Alright, so let's watch a man lose to Glass Joe live on the internet. Instead of watching this, you should just go listen to the Punch-Out episode of Retronauts that Bob Mackey put together. Okay. Do something, dude. Come on, I'm waiting. Oh, I guess the idea here is that he's literally just a punching bag. Well, at least I'm not going to lose to Glass Joe. I guess that's something. Oh my god. Fight Mr. Dream. No! Let's not do that. Let's not fight the final boss of a game that I'm terrible at. Well, I punched a guy. That's cool. Why won't you die? Oh, important techniques from Doc Lewis. Dodge his punch, then counterpunch. What a great idea! I should try that sometime. Oh, I don't have any stars left. They took them away. Why would they do that? Why? I remember what the start button is for. It's very exciting. Alright. So people are critiquing the color quality. I can't really recommend that. I don't know if the colors you're seeing here are totally accurate because, you know, I'm streaming this through a capture device that's then going on the internet. And who can say? I sometimes have trouble getting the colors I want from my Elgato capture system, so I make no promises as to the accuracy of the color you're seeing in the stream. It does look a little bit washed out, I think. So I apologize for that. Am I ready for the next challenge? I don't think I am. I think this is a bad idea. I think I should hit reset. Oh, at least there's a boxer in this game who's older than me. Makes me feel a little better. When I'm older than all the other boxers in Punch-Out, that's when I have to retire from video games. This guy, with his brown pants and shirtlessness, actually looks like the Bionic Commando version of Hitler. It's kind of weird. Go down, buddy. Take that, Master D. And that. Did I do a good thing? I think I might have done a good thing. Oh, it wasn't good enough. Curse you, Master D. That was quick. I guess that's what happens when you hit the start button. So, I just had someone enter the stream and say, am I playing this on the NES Classic? Yes. That is the purpose of this stream. This is an NES Classic stream. Okay, that's enough Punch-Out. Let's try something different. Oy. Someone is ready for Bubble Bobble. I also am ready for Bubble Bobble. So get ready to hear this music for the rest of your life. Yeah, it's gonna haunt your dreams. I'm warning you. It's not too late to turn off the stream now. And this is actually good practice because this weekend I'm going to be in San Francisco to record a retro... Oh! Pfft. Wow, I could definitely use some practice. I'm going to be recording a Retronauts episode about Bubble Bobble and the myriad games to bear the Bubble Bobble name and franchise likeness and characters and general vibe, which is a lot of games. It's not going to be as confusing as the Adventure Island series episode, but it's going to be close. And then we'll do a Falcom episode at some point, and your confusion will be complete. Go down, Bob. No, why won't you go down? I am surprised that this made the cut for the NES Classic because it's a third-party game, but I'm really glad it did because it's one of those NES games that I didn't think much of at the time, but has turned out to be I'm losing a lot in these early stages. It really should not be happening. I don't even have alcohol as an excuse. It's just my incompetence. Anyway, so it's a cute little game that I didn't really think much of at the time, but I'm glad it exists. And hey, wow, there's a martini glass in the NES version. I did not realize that. I'm sure someone's going to say, no, that's a pokey cocktail or something. I thought they expunged all the alcohol from the NES games, but evidently not. I'm one letter closer to spelling extend. Because if you get every extend, it's extra. Like that other game. Gotta say, the water physics, water animation in this, not quite as convincing as in the arcade game. Let's go! Daytona! So one thing I will never understand about this game is how the bonuses appear, because it's a mystery. Like, why did that crystal just appear? I don't know, but it did. What determines when you get martini glasses? Why do the extend letters show up sometimes and not others? It's all a mystery. I know there's a science behind it and someone has figured it out, but I have no idea how it works. This is definitely a game that will help sell a lot of controller 2s for the NES Mini. I need to put one of those things on order. Or I guess see if my classic controller will work. And this is one of those stage layouts that will just totally screw you over. Ah, like that. I got screwed over. Why are they throwing boulders at me? That's not fun. I don't... Oh, Bob, no. Let's go. Oh wow, I actually am 9 stages in. I made it that far before I died horribly. Guess that's good for something. Happening in the stage. It's really hard to get around. happening? Okay, well, you've probably seen enough of me play... Oh, Bobble terribly. Maybe it's time to move on to another game. I bet those boulders would be really dangerous if I weren't already dying horribly from the monsters from just clumsily jumping into them like that. Bobble is for lovers, but clearly not for me. There we go. That's right, little guy. Someone asks, do high scores get a shared leaderboard? I do not believe so. I don't think there's any online capability with this device whatsoever. Ooh, an X. No, there we go. The Retro USB AVS does have shared leaderboards, and is a pretty cool device. I wrote a review of it for US Gamer. There's also videos on our YouTube channel of the device in action, and I definitely recommend it. It's a really good mix between budget consciousness and features. If you don't have enough money to buy an analog NT, but you want more options, hello, then this device will allow you. The Retro USB is really good. It has leaderboards, the Mini NES does not. Hey, it's a Space Invaders level. I don't think I grokked that last time I played this. Oh! Bob. Wait, is this Bob or is this Bob? I can never keep them straight. All I know is that I missed a necklace. And fell into a fish ghost thing. Okay. Well, that's Bobble. Good times. People keep asking if I have a classic controller for Wii available with which to do a comparison, and the answer is no. Not here. I will have to go upstairs and get it. So I might be taking a break in a little while to go find that, and also to take a break. Look at all these games. These are some good games. These are some good-ass games. Except for that one game I played that I didn't like. I don't even remember what that was. Let's play Castlevania. That game's cool. Oh, I see. What I mean is, does your high score only get saved to your save state, or can other players see it in their saves? I'm pretty sure there's no account system on this. So basically you have 4 save slots per game. Let me show you what I mean. When you reset, you get that little flying thing. Yes, there. And you can drop that, the current state of the game, into a save slot. You have 4 save slots per game, and that's it. If you fill up those save slots, then someone else can overwrite them. You can lock them. Like, if I don't want someone to overwrite my amazing performance here at the beginning of the game, I can press down and lock it, and not have to worry about someone overwriting it. But that's it. There's no leaderboard, really. It's just you have your save slots. So I hope that answers that question. Someone asked if I'm seeing a flickering horizontal line. I don't know which line you mean. Excuse me, I'm about to have a coughing fit, I think. I have noticed a little bit of a horizontal line on some of the games in this, which is something you see in actual NES hardware. It's like the IRQ writing or something like that, I can't remember. This seems to emulate games pretty accurately. I mean, you just saw all the flickering when a bunch of those zombies were on screen. It doesn't offer any options like the Retro USB AVS or the Analog NT or emulators to reduce flicker or have fine control over it. It's pretty much just giving you the experience of these games as they were when they were. So if you don't mind the fact that this is, like a very finite device in scope and intention, then it's really good. Die. Oh, kitty cat, why won't you die? Die, kitty cat, there you go. But yeah, I definitely have seen the IRQ, whatever the heck that is. error at the top of the screen, usually at the top of the status bar, or the bottom of the status bar where it meets the action. Anyway, I'm starting to lose my coherence, so I'm going to talk less now. Just let the cool music for this game play. I see someone in the chat expressing the same regret I have, which is that he transferred his Wii Virtual Console games to Wii U, and that is a tremendous tragedy. The Wii U Virtual Console is just not as good as the Wii Virtual Console, and the Wii could actually output games at 240p, which I didn't appreciate at the time, and now understand is definitely a way to experience and see those games. Whoa! Okay, so a few weeks ago, a guy named John Harris posted a Metafilter article about how to predict the actions of fishmen. You don't know when they're going to jump up, but they always jump up underneath candles, and I'd never really thought about that before. But now that he's pointed it out, I see that he's right. It's amazing. I understand this game. It's like seeing the future. Sadly, I currently am carrying a stopwatch, which is the dumb, stupid weapon that no one ever likes. That's better. Let's get that axe going. Simon Belmont as Axe Battler. This game's taken me back, like 4 or 5 months ago when I played it on a stream. My nostalgia for Castlevania is always like a few months ago, because I always play these games. They're so good. Oh, someone said when you have the suspend point thing floating with its wings, a line or two is blinking. Let's try that and see what's up. Yeah, I'm not seeing any blinking horizontal lines. Oh, I cannot. There we go. Alright, so now you've seen what happens when you password protect. Wait, what do I do? You have to hold down A for a second. And it forces the old save out. This is so Nintendo. My goodness. Oh, yeah, okay, so I'd see the horizontal line on the stream. I don't know what's causing that, but it is not an issue with the system itself. That is not something that appears in the game that I'm seeing on my television. That's something that's a unique artifact to the stream. So I apologize for that little error, but that does not exist on the proper NES mini console. Suck that night guy. I definitely noticed that the color palette in this game is pretty different than what I'm used to seeing on an Analog NT. Like, this level always has kind of a purple cast on Analog NT, whereas it's very brown and tan here, which was how I thought it was always supposed to be. So the weird thing about the NES is that there's no real technical color palette. It's hard to explain, and someone like Frank Cifaldi could explain it better. But the system didn't really have a fully defined color palette. It was just kind of like the system would... It had, 52 color options, but what you would see varied from system to system, and there's no way to... How do I explain this? To, like, clearly define how color is output. I can't remember if this secret I'm trying to find only shows up on the second loop. guess it's only the second loop. And everyone's like, why is Simon Belmont squatting there? Simon Belmont found the Dracula toilet. Anyway, so yeah, the thing about NES and color is that, in short, it's pretty much impossible to say this color is correct because there is no such thing as correct color. And I know I mentioned Frank Cifaldi when he was putting together the Mega Man Legacy Collection. He spent a lot of time trying to figure out exactly what the color palette should be. I guess I'll use this thing. And use... Yeah, good times. For resources, like just for reference, he would go back and look at screenshots on the back of game boxes and in Nintendo Power magazine and so forth. That was weird. I did not press start. Took damage and the game paused. I feel like I'm rambling and not making any sense anymore. I apologize. What I was saying is that Frank basically had to go by screenshots and photographs from vintage sources to try and approximate what he thought was the developer's intent. If that makes sense. Yeah, that beat came in handy. If I were a cool speedrunner, I would have used damage from a Medusa head to fling myself up and skip over all of that, but I did not because I'm not cool. Anyway, this Castlevania is looking pretty spot on, aside from, you know, the mystery of what color it's actually supposed to be. The answer is no one really knows, so good enough. I know a few people have asked about input lag, and I have not really experienced any of that. It's hard to say exactly, but I mean, I'm used to playing NES games now on a CRT, which has no input lag, and I'm feeling pretty good about this. I do not feel like this is a horrible compromise. Die in a fire. Oh, pfft. And I died in a fire too. Right. Alright, so I'll go ahead and beat Medusa, and then we shall move along to another game. Actually, I might take a break for a few minutes and go track down a classic controller, if that's okay by you guys. Somewhere up here is a crappy weapon that I do not want. That's not it. Is that it? Nope. I need this one. Alright, I'm done taking chances. Let's stun lock Medusa and win cheaply. That's the Castlevania way. Alright, thanks everyone. Thanks for watching. That was definitely the Dark Souls of NES combat. Okay, yeah, so I've just hit the hour mark on this stream. I tell you what, instead of resetting and quitting the stream, which tends to result in people dropping out and not coming back, what I'm going to do is go to the title, or to the menu screen, and let you guys watch the demos while I go track down a classic controller. So I'll be back in like 5 minutes. So stay tuned until then, and you can watch the demos and enjoy this music. And I promise to be back shortly. Hello, I'm back. And surprisingly, the stream actually has more people than it did when I left. So clearly the secret to success for my live streams is for me not to talk. So I have a Wii Classic controller here, and I'm going to try using it instead of the built-in or the packed-in controller. Whoa! Something bad happened. Alright, let's see if this will work. There we go. Okay, does it work? Oh, it does. Oh, nice. I don't know if I really want to use this though. For one thing, the cable comes out the bottom of the classic controller, which is very awkward. The controller feels kind of thick too. I think the NES controller is actually better suited for these games. But whatever, I'll play some other game. Final Fantasy, that's a nice zippy game. That'll be an exciting watch, yes indeed. All right. Which is faster? Is it respawn rate 1 or 9? 8? Well, we'll find out. What kind of cool party do I want? All black belts? All black mages? All thieves? So many possibilities. Let's go with blue belt. Whoa, that was not what I wanted. Sure, okay. So that's the blue belt. No. Ah, there we go. Thief, white mage, fighter. As long as it's not a red mage, those guys are the worst. Does the thief turn into anything cool? He doesn't turn into a ninja, does he? Maybe he does. Okay, we'll go with the ninja. This is a really, really great start to this game stream. Ninja the Ninja. It's got an aspirational name. And this can be a white mage. We'll name her Whitey. And finally, let's not do a red mage. What do I want back here? Bringing up the rear. Yes, this can be the, oh my god, this game is so hard at the beginning party. Alright, let's make the magic happen. Hey, you know, I've never actually seen the black belt in charge. He's so tubby. Look at that. Should do some aerobics. Corneria. Oh, I don't need to do that. That girl's face is very lopsided. It's been a while since I played this game. I don't remember the menus being so slow to open. But I do remember having a filthy face. Seems nothing has changed. I don't even know what I want. Actually, you know what? This is not a fun game for a stream, so let's call it a day, shall we? Enough Final Fantasy. It's a cool game to play. Oh, Mega Man. We can check Mega Man 2 to decide if there is any display lag. Because if I can make it through the lasers in Quickman stage, then this game is okay. If not, then I blame blame the display lag. So someone just asked, what controller am I using? I just switched back to the built-in, the pack-in controller, the NES controller. I was using the Classic controller for a second, but I don't like it as much for NES games as I do just the NES controller. I guess this should, theoretically, this pack-in controller should work with a Wii or, I guess, Wii U, and you plug it into a nunchuck. So that's cool. Should definitely try that. Oops, that was the wrong stage. I thought he was Quickman, but he's not. Well, that's okay. I am willing to accept the prospect of playing more Mega Man. So when does the slowdown kick in? There we go. Flicker, 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 flicker. It's not feeling as sluggish as on real hardware, so maybe they alternated that a little bit. Always the most exciting part of any Mega Man playthrough, shooting those guys slowly and making tiny hops along that passage. The nice thing about Mega Man 2 is that I don't really have to talk much because everyone just wants to listen to the music. And I would not deny you that pleasure. That's what I'm talking about. So far, pretty accurate. Maybe it didn't slow down quite as much as I'm used to, but there was definitely flicker, feels spot on. I'm sure Metal Man is just as much of a doofus as usual. And we're about done here. There we go. All right. One guy down, 7 guys to go. Alright, so let's see. We'll probably play like, I don't know, 2 or 3 more games. Any requests? Make it good. Alright, let's go Quick Man. No items yet, right? Of course not. Oh, pfft. That was stupid. Wow. Just wasted an E-tank. And we're done. Okay, that part was okay. Let's see how the second gauntlet does. Take that Chanky Maker. Chanky Maker. Man, that just sounds offensive. It's not, but it sounds it. Alright, here we go. Oh! Yikes. Really close. And we're done. Okay, I'm gonna say there's not really any appreciable display lag on this device. The NES Classic Mini is pretty good. Oh, I am not. It's kinda sad. I get through that gauntlet and then that guy stops me. Give me a health power up. Oh, this is just sad. Yes, okay, there we go. On to Quickman. I'm sure I can beat him with just four bars of health, right? Yes, good times. Right on! Well done, Mega Man. Okay, well... that was great. Glad we could share that experience together. Let's try some Ninja Gaiden. Oh, oh no, someone did request Ninja Gaiden, so I am obeying the mandate of the people. I guess I could start the game, but it seems kind of weird not to watch this first. I mean, come on. This is just like the movie, according to the ads. If there ever actually was a movie. Well, it was based on the game, but anyway. Dad, no! Someone appears to have cut off the ninja in the foreground's ankles. That seems painful. Ninja Glavin. Man. Anyone Rambler says, the music in this game needs more appreciation. That is correct. This game was composed by Keiji Yamagishi, who is awesome. He also did, like, I think Tecmo Bowl and Captain Tsubasa, the soccer game. Whoa, jumped on the wall and didn't need to. This game has infinite spawn points. All the music composed by Keiji Yamagishi had these same distinct drums. It really made a big difference. He, like, sampled the drum sounds himself. He was cool. He's a cool guy. Good thing the city has so many Coke ads located around. Oh no, not this! There we go. Amateur mistake there, dropping into a bunch of boxers. And four. Oh, I'm out of ninja stars. Or as they call them in the East, shuriken. Shoryuken. Oh, I'm having trouble with the wall jump, but that's terrible. Alright, let's enjoy some sexist Ryu. Alright, so it is almost 3 p.m. my time, noon if you're way off on the far coast of America, and I don't even know what time it is in Europe. But anyway, I think I'll be wrapping up this stream pretty soon, in like 10 minutes or so. So I'll try one more game after this. Let's see how far I can make it through Ninja Gaiden before I have to continue. Last time I tried, I actually made it to the end of Stage 5, like the Battle with Bloody Moth, before I had to continue. But I wasn't talking then. I was playing on a CRT, and all sorts of other excuses to justify my inevitable incompetence here. Final game is Kirby. Okay. Someone said, why was I not in the Fester's Quest episode of Retronauts? Because that was a Retronauts micro that Bob put together, and micro episodes are things we do in our own time. So, yeah, I wasn't even in the city, so I couldn't be on the Fester's Quest episode. Thanks for asking. Filming Death Tiny Bat. I guess that was kind of overkill. So at this point, I'm going to stop talking and just concentrate on playing, because this game gets tough. It's like the Dark Souls or something or another. Dark Souls of slashing in air to the power-up. Counter throw. Hit. That star is so good. I love this star. Oh! But you can't rely on it too much. Oh! Especially if you accidentally pick up some other weapon, because you're not paying attention. Okay, that was good. That was really good. Very good. Oh. You. Aren't you faster than a speeding bullet? Oh, I've thrown off my stride already. Man. That's what it's trying to do. Okay. Run! Make the most of your invincibility. There we go, good man. What a fine young ninja you are. Why are there linebackers trying to kill me? I don't think I've ever done anything bad to linebackers. Maybe not. Linebackers are just the natural enemy of ninja. Oh. What? I'm gonna blame that on the display lag. I pressed jump, but there was lag. Yes, That's what happened. I don't think I'm going to make it to the end of World 5 on this playthrough. That's the stuff. There we go. Why can't I climb the wall? Oh, I've lost my ninja skills. It's terrible. Oh, someone requested more of one-hit wonders. That was fun. It's just really hard to do when it's everyone playing on their own time and trying to coordinate. If we were all together in the same office, the one-hit wonder series would have been awesome, but doing it remotely is really, really tough. So I apologize that we had to kill it off. I love how badass this game looks when you're doing well, and then you walk into a pit and die. Yeah. Thoughts on Fester's Quest anyway? I'm not a fan. It takes the worst part of Blaster Master and is deeply unfair. Nah, no thanks. You'd be surprised, Mr. Blonde 2099, at how many people are fans of Fester's Quest. They came out in droves after our episode to say, I like that game. And you know, more power to them. Oh, you know, when I put this stream up on Twitch, I said I'm playing NES Classic Edition and streaming Super Mario Bros. 3. I haven't played that yet. So I think maybe that's what needs to happen. I need to play some Super Mario Bros. 3. Yeah, there we go. I'm actually, you know, of all the Mario games, I'm probably worst at this one. Well, that and the Japanese Super Mario Bros. 2, but who's good at that? I can't believe they never put this in modern Mario games. Oh! What have I done? Come and get me. Come and get me. I'm the ghost Mario. Oh! Yeah, okay. Clearly there are reasons that I'm terrible. Oh, that's weird. I'm seeing some ghosting on some of the background elements. Oh, that's my TV or the system. I guess it would be my television. My punishment for farting around and doing a terrible job playing this game. That's also a possibility. Alright, there's some Mario. Yeah, the palette is looking, color palette is looking really washed out on this stream, and I don't know why, because I have the capture settings here the way I have them normally set up for my own personal use, and the game looks pretty good on my television, so it's just one of those weird things. Capture devices are kooky, man. It's all approximations and kludges and who knows what else. Oh, Goomba. I just blew it. Way to go, me. That's better. Don't. No, I always do that. For all these years, I've never learned. So yes, the stream is the part that's washed out. The game system looks pretty good, so please don't decide not to buy the NES Classic Edition on account of this stream looking too bright, because that's not how the game looks on my system, or on my television. And you know, it's worth mentioning that Mario 3 has always had kind of a weird palette. It was much more kind of blown out than other NES games of the era. I remember the first time I saw screenshots for it, it looked more like a VGA game, you know, for a PC. Am I thinking VGA, maybe XGA, whatever it is. Like, you know, 16 color, 8 color PC game. Something happened, and I lost my turtle shell. Goodbye, whatever is supposed to happen here. Wasn't something supposed to happen? There we go. Yes, I'll give one toot. Thank you, the wizard. Okay, so that's Mario 3. Now you've seen what it looks like when the colors are washed out. Very exciting. I'll do one last game, because why not? I just had to live up to my legal obligation to play a little bit of what was that game that I just played? Mario 3, yes. Let's play Link, The Adventure of Link, because no one likes that. Let's listen to the blown out music. Oh, it hurts. Alright, so Mr. Blonde has one last question. Is this thing worth it? My thought on the NES Classic Edition is that yes, it's worth it. I mean, the question is, what do you want from the ability to play NES games? If you want expandability, if you want, you know, like a huge feature set, no, you don't want this. But if you want just 30 games that you can plug into your TV and play with save slots and good quality emulation, yes, this is great. I mean, it's quick and painless, and the emulation quality is good. The controller is like a real NES controller, and it feels great. I don't really see any display lag. The colors and everything look good on my television. The sound seems to be accurate. Hello, old lady. Speak to me. Yeah, I mean, like, this is a perfect stocking stuffer, and in fact, I have a couple of these systems on order to give to people as stocking stuffers or as Christmas gifts. It is... you have, like, the AT systems games, the Atari Flashback, and the Sega Genesis consoles. Those things are garbage. Like, they have cheap build quality, poor emulation. Like, their innards have not been improved since they started making them, and they've always been bad. They're not getting any better. So they might be cheap, but they're crummy. Like, I recently reviewed a Genesis clone console, and it was complete trash. Like, it literally stopped working after about 15 minutes. It was just completely dead. I threw it in the garbage this morning because it's pointless to keep it. It's a piece of junk that does not work. The emulation was poor. The controllers were infrared only. Like, who the hell does that? It's terrible. It didn't recognize actual wired Genesis controllers despite having plugs for it. I mean, it's a little bit cheaper than the NES console, and it has technically more games, although most of those games are like crappy shovelware. So I don't know, I feel like you get what you pay for, and this is a higher quality of mini clone console. It's made by Nintendo internally, one of their own teams. It has a really good selection of games. It doesn't have everything you want, but it's got 30 games. I would say 25 of which are actually really good. So yeah, let's not go in here. So yes, I would definitely recommend this, just like for casual play. If you know an NES fan who wants to play old NES games, this is good. If you know someone who's more interested in really getting into NES collecting and having more options and features, then I would recommend the Retro USB ABS, which costs 3 times as much and requires you to bring your own games. But, you know, the trade-off is that you have the ability to play any NES game. And you have save states, and you have leaderboards, and you have... I can't remember what else. There's some cool stuff in there. You have more display options, more sound options, you have Famicom Disk System support. Like, it's just great. But again, it costs 3 times as much as this, and is not really sort of in that casual zone for budgets. And, you know, if you're really serious, then get an analog MT, because that does a little bit of everything, and it's really nice, but it also costs, like, I don't know, 7 or 8 times what this does. So, and again, that doesn't come with any games, so you have to kind of make the trade-off. But this is really good for what it is, so that's my recommendation. Anyway, this is not a good game to play on a stream. Someone did ask for something. Someone said the AT Games consoles are not official. No, they are official. They're licensed, but they're garbage. Like, the companies that license them are just like, yeah, just give us money, we don't care. Okay, we'll end on Kirby's Adventure because people have asked for that. Oh, look! Pixel Perfect mode is not the way to play. That is not a circle. That is a lump. It is oblong. And yes, the Portland Retro Gaming Expo episode of Retronauts, I think, should be released next week. We're just waiting on the audio files, I believe. I haven't talked to Bob about it, but I believe that's correct. Anyway, so let's go, Kirby. Let's play video games. Man, this game looks so good. I don't think I really appreciated it until I played it on a CRT recently. It was just like, oh, everything's so nice. Such detail. Such intricacy. At the same time, you wouldn't mistake this for a 16-bit game. It's still very distinctly 8-bit. Just as good as 8-bit gets, pretty much. And also very complex in a lot of ways. I mean, Kirby has all those power-ups, and he can just suck in air and fly, and it's kind of easy, but it kind of depends on how you approach the game. I don't know. It's cool. I can see why Kirby became a mainstay for Nintendo. Oh, I pulled too soon. Gosh darn it. Dr. Lame says he's kind of ashamed, or she is either one, was kind of ashamed to have never seen Kirby in action, the original Kirby in action, until now. This is actually not the original Kirby. The first game was a Game Boy game, but in fact there's, a section of this game that is a reference to the Game Boy Kirby. It's black and white, except for Kirby himself, which is just a great little feature detail. But yes, this is a nice game. Kirby games have a tendency to show up at the end of a system's life and do interesting things that you wouldn't necessarily think possible. Kirby's Dream Land 3, I think, came out in like 1998 on Super NES. I think we even owned a Super NES at that point. Oh! Kirby. What are you doing, Kirby? Why are you dying horribly? Oh! Well, that's what I get for calling Kirby kind of easy. Anyway, so that is the NES Classic Mini, NES Classic Edition, whatever you want to call it. So I hope you enjoyed the stream. I've been going for like an hour and a half now, almost, which is quite a while. And hopefully it has been informative, actually more than an hour and a half. It's, hopefully it has been informative, and you have a better sense of whether you want this thing or not, and whether you think it's worth hunting for pre-orders, standing in line, etc. Like I said, I like it. I've picked up a few, or put a few on pre-order for Christmas gifts for people that I love and love video games, and definitely will be keeping this little guy around after the review is done. It's just so great. It's like a little tiny NES. And even the front buttons, the power and the reset work like they're supposed to. So quality stuff. I'm glad it's finally, or almost finally here. And again, thanks for watching the stream. I will, stream other stuff from time to time. So thanks for joining. Watch for the full review of this at usgamer.net. And have a lovely rest of your week.